What's up, y'all? Welcome back to Commissioner Got a Problem. Seeing as how I'm the commissioner, I got a lot of problems. I got about 11 of them in my league, and I got 2 of them on. The regular problem, Justin, and this week we got Josh, otherwise known as Levy, joining us. He's been a big hitter in the league. He kind of started some trends, and we'll get into those within the league, but excited to have you on.
Thanks. Excited to be here.
It's okay. Josh is a little nervous. He's never podcasted before, especially not for an audience of this size. So he's really nervous.
Yeah, it's a unique size. I mean, I think we're hitting record numbers. Episode 1 was a smash. So I expect bigger things from now on.
I know. I was so confused how you just dropped that link in. And I thought it was. I thought you were trying to like send some sort of GIF like, Commissioner, we have a problem or something, like trying to like
it did look that way. Yeah,
I just assumed like I don't know what I was thinking.
You were trying to be inconspicuous. Yeah,
I didn't want to overhype it and underdeliver, but essentially I shared the podcast within our league.
I wonder if nobody clicked on it, because I would assume no one.
Literally one listen, which was probably me. But
it was not
now
clear.
We're up to 10.
It was not clear what it was. Yeah, what are we up to now?
We're up to 10.
Let's go. That's huge.
The goal is to get
in a league of 12.
At least 11.
That's close.
I shared the link with 2 people, so once we get to 5 episodes, I'll post it on my social media.
I want to hear from Corey personally when he listens to this. So that's still goal number 1 for me.
Yeah, you might be a little bit older when that happens, but I hope for it as well. All right, let's get started. What are you got the questions, Justin?
Logan, you got to turn those off. I think.
That's why I asked. I asked if I want them on. You may
turn them off.
All right,
I'm gonna pass out.
Well, Justin gets us started. I'll turn them off. I literally asked, and no one gave me an answer.
It's fine, but yeah. All right. So, Josh, you listened to episode 1. Thank you for your support. We'll see how many clicks it takes before we start making income, but we want to start off with some life updates. All right. So, Logan's expecting a baby. If you can top that, I mean, maybe a newborn baby, right? But just some brief life updates.
Spoilers.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Hit us.
We have a 2-month-old and a 2-year-old. So life is a little crazy. It was good timing for the football season to end. So yeah, that's kind of the big update. Had a baby.
That's awesome, man. I know. I kind of forgot about it the other day. I was talking to Sarah, and I was just like, they had another baby, right? Because I think I was there in December, and Rude's about to pop, so that makes sense.
Yeah, January 9th. So, yeah.
Wow.
Yeah, Josh. One day, Josh says one day. Well, I guess I'm gonna see him this weekend, but he doesn't hang out with the guys anymore because I think he hates us. Wasn't that what you said?
Yeah.
That's what I thought. Yeah. No,
well, everyone wants to host now, right? For bedtime.
What?
Everyone always wants to host now to claim bedtime in their own house.
It depends. We all like to be flexible when we can. We don't want to have to suck everyone to our place, but it's nice to be able to be flexible and go to someone else's. But I'm counting down the days till Josh can come over. So that'll be a big update when that happens.
It'll happen soon.
All right.
Yeah. I do want to ask, Levy, are you on the Dune hype? I know that's a big thing in Dallas, Texas right now.
Wow, we're talking pop culture now.
Dude, that's right in your wheelhouse.
So when our first was born, Dune 1 came out and all the guys went to see it in IMAX. And now when our second was born, all the guys went to go see Dune 2 in IMAX. So somehow I missed both options. Both times.
Man.
Well,
Dune
you can
3.
you can still watch the movies. Like you can watch movies at home, so
no motivation, no time.
Too much Hogwarts Legacy.
Yeah, exactly.
Oh man. All right. Well, those are big life updates, no doubt. I guess do you have anything big coming up this year? Like any wild vacations besides the Dynasty retreat?
Oh man, are we doing that again?
Every year.
Hopefully.
Okay, yeah, I'm down. Let's go to Broken Bow. Anyway, wait, what was the question?
Any big events coming up in 2024?
Big events. No, not really. Going to Indiana for my sister-in-law's grad school graduation.
That sounds awesome.
Yeah, it's gonna be epic.
Don't have too much fun.
Yeah, it's gonna be
Is that
awesome.
in Muncie?
What?
Is that Muncie or Indianapolis or how many other cities are there?
It's wherever. I think it's actually in Indianapolis. I think it's like she graduated from University of Indiana. But they're having the ceremony, I think, in downtown Indianapolis.
Okay. I know
Really
two
fun.
alum from University of India. Shout out Danny. I think he'll listen to this podcast, so he'll like that.
Nice, Danny.
Danny. That's 10%. 10% of our viewership graduated from the University of Indiana.
That's right. Awesome. Okay. So now
Yes.
we can move into fantasy. Fantasy. This is your strength, man. You've had a strong team. It doesn't always equate to championships, as we heard from Logan's episode. Good team, Logan, but just no championships. Josh is in a similar boat. So we're in going into year 4 of the league. Josh, give us like a 30-second synopsis of seasons 1, 2, and 1 and 2, like the early years of your dynasty endeavor.
Okay. Well, I'll start with a Logan flex and talk about how I won the championship right before Dynasty. So let's not forget.
Oh,
So at the end of our redraft league that moved into
Yeah.
Dynasty, you won that.
Yeah.
yes. To clarify,
Yeah.
Yeah. But it's not Dynasty, so it doesn't count.
So I basically
Right.
am the final champion of Phase 1 of our league. I am the final champion of Phase 1 of our league. So anyway, moving on to Phase 2, Dynasty. Yeah, it's been rough. It's been real rough in these streets.
you drafted Mahomes, right? That was like your big pick in the startup.
Yeah, I think I was the last pick. I'm
112,
fairly certain.
yeah.
I'm fairly certain I was the last pick. So I think what I did was, that would be fun actually to pull up draft orders. But I think I picked him up
I got
and on like the either the front or the back end of my round 2, right? Or did I pick him up? Was he my second pick?
I'm
I'll
gonna
check it
reference.
out.
I'm gonna pull it up.
I got it.
But yeah, I picked him up really early.
Yeah.
I think he was my second pick.
So you went A.J. Brown, Patrick Mahomes.
Okay. Yeah, but it snaked. So yeah, he was my
That's right.
second round. So anyway, yeah, I felt like, hey, it's Dynasty. I want the best quarterback for the next, 20 years.
I think besides this year, I mean, that's
20 years,
kind of been
wow.
really true. This year he wasn't as great as
There's no
legendary.
Brock Purdy.
He's no Brock Purdy, but he did win a Super Bowl, so Brock Purdy will never sniff that.
That's true. That's not true. Okay. But Josh, you said it's been rough. You hold the highest winning percentage in our league. So
It's true.
you're the only person I believe that's made playoffs all 3 years.
Yeah. Wow. No rings.
That's
Yeah,
that's wild.
and- yeah, so you and I can show off our rings together. Well, not this ring. That's a different
So in the
championship
first-
I won.
First season, what you got like 3rd or 4th last year, 2 years ago. You were runner up, right? Can't remember.
In
yes.
22.
Yeah. Wait. No.
Okay.
we need to know this stuff going in. But I think the first year wasn't good. Like I don't think
I'm pretty sure you got 4th or 3rd the first year.
Oh, okay. I wish we could like
And then in 22 you did get runner up.
who did I play in the championship?
You played Blake. Blake beat you. That was
Oh,
22.
that's right. Oh my gosh.
22
Blake
was
won.
the year that you sold out. Like
Yes.
you made some big trades that year. You acquired
I know.
Tyreek.
Tyreek.
Yes.
What'd you pay? What'd
Wow.
you get Tyreek for?
Well, it was more. I remember more the conversation, like leading up to it happening, and just wheeling and dealing with Harlan, and
I'll tell you what he paid. He got Tyreek Hill, John Wolford, and a
that was
third round pick.
For some reason, Harlan really wanted for the comedy of it, he's like, I really want to put in John Wolford. I was like, please, I don't want him. And he was like, no, I really want to. They'll think it's really funny. And I was like, okay, go for it.
So to get Tyreek, you sent Dalton Schultz, Amari Cooper, Odell Beckham Jr., a 3rd-round pick, and a 1st-round pick. So really,
what year was the first
2
round?
to 3 starters. It was a 2025, so still in the future. There was a time, and I still think it's almost true, where you had literally 0 picks. So that's been your MO these days.
It's true now. He has 0 picks now.
0 picks. So Josh, that's your MO. It seems, is just to like sell out constantly, throw caution to the wind, and by that I mean the future, just to make your team as good as possible now. Would you say that's accurate?
Yeah, well, I would say, so, yeah, it's all kind of coming back to me now. I would say it kind of started out with, I felt like we were still early on at the beginning of the 2nd season we were doing this, which was, so we just finished our 3rd. So yeah, and I felt like at that time we were still trying to figure out how we as a collective like graded like how we valued picks. Like I feel like we're still doing that. But early on it was kind of just like it was interesting being in a scenario where like it's the wild wild west, if you will, of like is it first worth, like I traded Tom Brady early on for
I forgot
to Ryan for a first.
A first.
Wow. But Tom Brady ended up being the QB1 that year, which was weird.
Wow.
But I think. But anyway, all that to say, I just got in the mindset of believing more in what I'm currently seeing from players and leveraging what I thought everyone was valuing picks at the time versus me not valuing that as much as it felt like everybody else was. So I was just, I don't know, kind of seeing what I could do with that. And yeah, exactly. I guess just trying to build the best team I could with, because I'm giving away the unknown for what feels a little more known. But people I feel like are valuing picks pretty high, and at least first round picks and stuff. And so and I think I probably should value them more, but for some reason I like knowing what I'm gonna get versus like seeing what's gonna happen in a draft or in 3 years from now maybe this player will be good or all that kind of thing.
And that's fair. I mean, I think it's a valid strategy, and we've certainly seen some drafts. Well, of course, as each manager comes up, we can talk about their drafts. And let's actually go to your draft right now. So you made a pre-draft trade. So we'll move into
2023 draft.
That's right. So we'll go back to last summer.
But we're also skipping. We're skipping some other stuff too, like Tony.
Yeah.
That's right.
Josh's 2022 season was pretty. It was pretty significant for him. So I want him to touch a little bit more on that because we got to catch up for everything.
Okay. Well, I guess here. Let me do this.
Pull up all 2022.
I have your 2021 roster.
That?
Okay. I'll just read off some of the names that were on your roster. So we talked about OBJ, Amari Cooper. You had Melvin Gordon, who was relevant. James Conner, Kareem Hunt, Rashad Penny. Gosh, what a flash in the pan. And then there was no
other
flash. Scrubs.
There was barely even a pan.
It was like a 3-week splash. I dropped him, and then of course he goes off. You know how it goes. And then you had T.J. Hawkinson and A.J. Brown. Fast forwarding to 2022, I'll actually share my screen so you guys can see this.
Josh's team was looking bad at the start of 2022.
It was literally, and that's kind of what happened. Is I think I had a really really bad. What just happened?
He's sharing a screen.
Oh, okay, I think I had a really bad week 1 or week 2 or something. I think I had a decent week 1. And then a really bad like I scored like 50 or something stupid like that. week 2 or something, and that's when I think I decided to just go all in and see if I could build the best team I could. Oh, and Dalvin Cook.
Because Dalvin Cook. So you sent, I believe, like a first and a second for him. We could look it up. But that was a pretty big trade in the 2022 season. Exactly.
Yeah.
So that was early. So you started selling out pretty quick. Let's take a look at who else is in there. The rest of these guys were kind of on your team.
Yeah, so I got Tony Pollard from Josh. That situation happened. It's funny. I feel like we all live in this delusion where like everybody cares about our fantasy team like as much as we do. It's not true. So anyway, but I'll pretend to act like that's still the case. Just for the sake of the podcast.
Hey, I love hearing about your fantasy team, Josh.
Okay, great.
I know the other 9 people do too that are listening.
So Zeke. Let's try and think back to the Cowboys. 2022. Zeke was still on the team.
Oh, you have Zeke. That's right.
Tony was still. Tony was like the backup, but kind of going off, and we were feeling this like tension of like, whoa, what's happening? Why is Tony Pollard so good? And Zeke was probably going to get was probably going to not play that week, but it was still kind of up in the air, but Tony meanwhile has been going off and having a Pro Bowl caliber season, but I think it was still relatively early. I don't know, but I ended up trading to Josh Rich a first round pick and something. I don't know what all I traded, but it was definitely
overpaid.
You overpaid. I know y'all think that I overpaid. And obviously if he had done what he was supposed to do this past year, it wouldn't have looked so bad. But anyway, Tony ended up being great for me for the rest of the season. And I was happy about that. But obviously I lost. This all comes down to but I lost.
I think we all agreed that you had the best team at the end of the season. And it's a sentiment that I feel applied to myself as well. You had the best team at the end of the season, but you just didn't come out on top.
Yeah.
I think even Blake would agree with that, who won the championship that year.
I don't know that he would.
I think
so. I found the trade.
I don't know. He had Saquon Barkley, Austin Eckler. His team was really good.
And Fields too.
And this is like one of those other things that nobody cares about, but he made that move to Harlan after I did the Tyreek Hill thing, which was pretty nuts.
For Devontae Adams.
No. It was for Amari. For Amari Cooper.
Oh, that's right.
Yeah. And
right.
I don't think he really wanted to do that, but it worked out for him, obviously.
And he traded a first for Justin Fields, for me.
That was I forgot about that.
But I found your trade for Tony Pollard.
Justin Fields' few good games.
Yeah.
Your trade for Tony Pollard was a first and a third, which honestly I've seen worse. So I wouldn't say it like the craziest overpay we've seen.
That I've seen worse doesn't necessarily mean it was a good trade though, because we've seen some bad trades.
We have, but
James Conner,
it's his life.
James Conner, best value pick.
Yeah.
I think I got him like the 10th round or something crazy.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's wild. TJ Hockenson, of course, a stud.
I think that's a pretty good 2022 recap. Now I think we can transition to the 2023 season. After coming off disappointment, championship hopes, going all in into 2023.
I mean, the entire offseason though, like every once in a while, I'd just be like walking my dog and I'd just think, wow, I have the cheetah.
Yeah.
That's nice, yeah.
Every time I play redraft, I try to get him, and I never do. I've never had him on my team. He's just so electric, man. Like, you check your phone, it's like, oh, I have 20 more points because of one catch. It's just insane.
Yeah.
Anyway. So, yeah.
Anybody
let's
want
move to the 2023.
Just kidding.
Yeah. I'm interested.
2023, you were sitting there draft night with what? Maybe
one pick?
No, you had no
third,
picks.
Right? I had a third.
You had a third round pick.
Yeah.
And you saw a guy you really wanted. Yeah, exactly. So this is last summer. Tell us about the move you made mid-draft.
So I want to try and get somehow I'd love to get back into the draft, even if it's a third round pick, just for like I don't know, the sake of doing something during the weekend. So if anybody wants to give me a 3rd round pick for next year, let me know.
Hey, I got a 3rd rounder I could dish. We'll talk later.
Okay, cool. Yeah, so I'm sitting next to Riley on the couch. It's during the draft, and I've had my eye on my boy, Michigan State grad. Oh, I actually don't. He may have not graduated, but Jaden Reed, who was incredible at Michigan State, made just amazing catches and like highlight stuff. And no, I just knew that he had the sauce, and I was like, I gotta get him. And I thought maybe he'll follow me in the 3rd round, maybe. And I was just looking, and the perfect person who's sitting right next to me picked him up, and so my mind started doing its thing, and I pulled together. I think Riley had no idea who we got, right? Like, no idea. He doesn't watch Big Ten football. Maybe he does. Sorry, Riley. But I think it was. Do you have it up? It was like Kareem Hunt,
I do.
Hunter Renfrow,
And that's it right there.
That's it. Oh,
yeah.
Well, and my 3rd round, right? Like my 3rd round pick.
No, as far as I'm aware, it was just Hunter Renfrow and Kareem Hunt.
So I still picked up somebody in the 3rd round.
Yeah, I can check it. Keep going.
Anyway, so yeah, I guess I traded him just Kareem Hunt, which Kareem Hunt was coming off of like, I don't know, like a season where it's like, oh,
Hey,
he's
he
gonna
traded
be
Kareem Hunt for a 2nd, so he made good value of that trade. He got his money back.
Yeah, I mean, I think most people were like probably thinking that I overpaid again or whatever for this dude. But anyway, yeah, he picked up Jaden Reed in the 2nd round, and I was able.
Oh, you got Schoonmaker.
I mean,
Shoemaker, how do you pronounce his name?
I mean, Hunter Renfrow is gonna retire like next year, so.
Yeah, Clemson legend, by the way.
That's right.
Dude was there for like 8 years. It felt like
the pick play.
But yeah, Jaden Reed. Obviously, he had a great rookie year. I mean, he kind of took me by surprise. I saw you make that move, and I was like, I'd have taken Roschon Johnson, which I did with pick 212. But Jaden Reed was fantastic. I think he usurped Christian Watson as the most exciting player on the Packers because the dude's always hurt.
Christian Watson was hurt a lot of last year, though, so it's hard to make that call.
Hey,
sometimes
he was the leading receiver for the regular season.
That's right. Helped Jordan Love's breakout. Anyway, I thought it was a gret move, especially hindsight.
Well, I mean, it's one
moment. I was questioning it.
I will say for me too, there's extra value with somebody like Jaden Reed looking at my team because having no picks and doing whatever I'm doing strategy wise means I'm going to end up with a lot of old players, and so having somebody, a rookie, just who I felt like was going to be electric and good moving forward is high value for me. And so there's that as well, to where it's like, I'm so happy to have a young, good receiver. So I don't know.
That's true. Yeah, you're gonna need those. You're already out of young receivers, and you're about to be out of good receivers. So it'll be nice to have at least one young good receiver.
Yeah, exactly. My thoughts exactly.
Was that your only? No, that wasn't your only trade last year. I can think of at least one other.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah, wait, was there anything else besides the one I made with you? I don't think there was, really.
Did he only make 2 trades last year, Justin?
Yeah, 2. Do you remember the other one? I think it's really relevant to the people on this call.
Yeah, he remembers. He just mentioned it.
Yes, you were at my house.
Yeah, you were sitting on the couch next to me.
Yeah, this whole thing is actually. I mean, it's probably it's only interesting for us, but you were sitting on my couch again. Wow, I do well with people on the couch. But somebody had just gotten injured on my team, I think, right? One of my running backs did.
Shoot, who was it? James Conner.
Oh,
Yeah, I was gonna say James Conner took a spill.
It was James Conner, yeah. So I was kind of freaking out, kind of panicking, and I was like, "Ooh, Logan has Isaiah Pacheco," and he's like this whole time, like this whole night has been talking about how he's gonna get Jonathan Taylor from Justin, and I'm like, "Oh,
from Zach."
Yeah, from Zach. So I'm like, "Oh, dude, this is great. You don't need Isaiah Pacheco anymore. You can trade him to me, and I'll give you my 2026 first round, and like, did I give you a second too?
Yeah, a first and a second.
Yeah, I gave you my
yeah, you did.
I gave you my 2026 first and second for I needed him. I felt like I needed him.
You still would do it again?
Yeah, I would.
Hey, I'll take
a good trade.
I'll take a first and a second for RB 16.
I don't know, but he's good. He's really good, and we'll see if he's good next year. But
hey, I hope he's not.
Okay.
I thought he looked good this year, but I understand Logan's.
He had a better second half of the season than I was expecting, but I still don't. I don't regret trading him. I think it worked out for both of us.
I have 3 Super Bowl winners on my team.
Should I pick up Kadarius Toney so I can have one too? Doesn't mean much. But alas, those were your 2 trades for the season. So you talked about James Conner's injury. Going throughout the season, I can't remember how well your team started. I'm sure you do. But talk to us about the narrative of your team. Like, did you start off strong and fizzle? Did you start slow and then pick it up? Like,
the narrative.
Was there a turning point in your season? Yeah.
Yeah. The narrative of my team, in a nutshell, for last season was over-projected.
Yeah, you're always projected so high.
Over-projected. I'm telling you. If you go back and look.
It's the cheetah, man. He's projected like 20 points every game.
No, but everybody was. Tony Pollard was over-projected. I mean, AJ Brown had a monster first half of the season. Everybody knows that. So that was fun. So having him and, the cheetah going off was fun. But yeah,
Mahomes too. Like Mahomes is always like projected like 23, which is a high standard to hold every week.
Well, he had a great season 2 years ago. But anyway, yeah, he was overprojected. Tony Pollard was overprojected. Who else? I don't even know. But anyway, it's more just my points as a whole. It was always over. Look at my in the playoffs. I was projected. Here, wait.
Your team always looked scary.
Can we go to?
Here's who you got. You had James Conner, T.J. Hawkinson's of course projected high. Gabe Davis is hit or miss.
Yeah, that's always a funny one.
Oh, and you have Kenneth Walker. He was your draft pick from 2022. So yeah, there's some pretty high caliber guys there.
I feel like he came up short a lot.
He did.
Playoffs.
Sharing the backfield with Zach Charbonnet.
Yeah.
I wish I could go back and see the.
What are you trying to look at?
I'm just trying to see the scores from this season.
Playoffs?
Yeah.
You gotta go look at
league history or something.
If you go to the settings, you can go to.
Oh, here's league history. Okay, yeah. Okay, I was projected 119 points in the playoffs this year against Christian. So this was round 2. I was projected 119. So let me just Tony Pollard was projected 12 points. He scored 4. Kenneth Walker was projected 12 points. He scored 6. T.J. Hawkinson 10, scored 7. And then I don't know. Anyway, as a whole, I was projected 119. I scored 93. And then man.
That's tough.
Yeah, it's just rough.
That's hard to look at.
But yeah, whatever. Nobody cares.
But hey, I mean, so
this episode's about you, Josh. So we care.
I will say
it is absolutely.
The beginning. Sorry, I shouldn't keep saying that. But the beginning of the season, I was scoring like 140 points, like about every week, every other week, like.
Yeah.
It was pretty nuts, and then just kind of fizzled out. But it was mainly because of, Tyreek Hill getting hurt, like tweaking his ankle wasn't great. And I don't know, man. We'll see what happens next year. I still feel
about that.
I still feel like if Tyreek Hill is healthy and wants to play hard and go again, and I don't know if I'm moving it, like past sort of where you want to go with the podcast, but I'm like, Tony Pollard with the Titans, that's interesting. Everything is so like, what
But
is
is Tony gonna be better on the Titans than he was on the Cowboys? Like, you think he's gonna have a better season?
I mean, you never know, dude. It's football.
What's your expectation for next year?
My I mean, it's
like going into the season. Do you I'm a favorite to win it, or do you feel personally you're a favorite, or do you kind of feel like, man, I'm like on the outs. I'm in the playoffs, maybe the bottom, but I think if I can make some moves, I can get a shot. Or like how do you feel going into it? Might be optimistic in your mind. Just curious where you're at with it.
Feel like I've definitely I don't. So right now I feel like if I get in there in like week 1 or 2 have like really bad weeks, then I'll feel bad. But right now,
will you like sell the farm?
I don't know.
Okay.
I don't know. But right now, this was just like a crazy offseason. But I don't know. James Conner like had a good season last year, and now I think he's like gonna be 29. So it's hard to imagine him having another good year. Every year I'm like, I can't believe he's still doing good. And yeah, I don't know, man. AJ Brown. Yeah, it's just gonna be interesting. I feel like like it's up in the air, but I feel I give a slight edge to positive.
That's good. And the offseason didn't really change any makeup of your team either. Like, your team is basically still the same outside of who was it up there? Somebody changed teams on your team.
Well, you have Rico Dowdle still. He could be the RB1.
Oh, Tony Pollard, like we talked about, changed team. Rico Dowdle, he's not going to be the RB1 by the time the season's around.
For now, he is.
Everyone knows Deuce Vaughn's going to be RB1.
Yeah. You got Jaden Reed sitting here, too. Michael Gallup, who did he get traded to?
He got cut. I don't think he's on a team right now.
Oh, I will say,
Nico Hardman.
I really like Jake Bobo. I have a good feeling about him.
Who doesn't love a good wide receiver 4, though, you know?
Yeah.
Gabe Davis took a hit. That's a tough one for you.
Yeah.
I don't know, though.
I do.
In Buffalo, I thought it was a weird situation for him, but Jaguars got rid of Calvin Ridley, brought in Gabe Davis.
Yeah, that's fair. Yeah, I kind of forgot they got rid of Calvin Ridley. But still, I don't know. The Jaguars aren't that's just not a good receiver situation in my mind. I don't. It's hit or miss.
Yeah, I mean, but the thing is, like, you can make yourself during the offseason, you can make yourself, at least for me, I don't want to like project, but I can make myself believe anything. You know what I mean? Like,
I'm a Cowboys fan. That's been my whole life doing that in the offseason.
I mean, like, you can sit here and picture Gabe Davis getting comeback player of the year. You know what I mean? Like, and just like going nuts, you know, like with Trevor Lawrence, and like they just become besties or something. Like, I don't know. It's just like you can make yourself believe anything can happen.
I hope that for you. I like Gabe Davis, so I hope you get that.
I lean towards assuming that my team's gonna be amazing. So we'll see.
I like that. That's good.
Yeah, always an optimist. I think that's a admirable quality of you. Speaking of the offseason, are there any moves that you're trying to make? You mentioned trying to get back in the draft, even if it's a third. Do you have any specific offseason goals that you're willing to share with us, knowing that we're your league mates?
No, yeah. Like I said, if anybody like, has a third that they want to give me, I want to be in the draft. So
what are you offering?
I don't know. We'll see. Let's talk. I need to look and think. But,
Hunter Renfrow.
No, you'll have to reach out to Riley.
Jeez. Okay.
Hey, I'll get you I'll get you a third for Tony Pollard.
Oh, okay.
Classic. So speaking of next season, you're excited about your team. I think we all are excited about our teams, unless you're, well, I can't say anything. But
I don't think Wesley's too excited about his team.
Yeah, it's true.
I think he likes the wheeling and the dealing.
He has an admirable season ahead of him. We'll see how he does. I think he's doing pretty good so far, but we'll save that. But Josh, I want to hear if you have any hot takes. Could be Tony Pollard related, could be not. You have any hot takes?
Hot takes. I'm gonna win it all.
You're gonna win it
that's
all?
a hot take.
What about?
That's a hot take.
Yeah, it's way to put yourself down there. What about the players on your team?
Yeah, Patty's gonna win another Super Bowl.
Can you call him back to back?
And yeah, it's gonna be.
I don't know.
Back to back to back.
I don't know. I'm pretty sure the Chiefs are the betting favorites to win it all right now. So I don't know if that's a hot take.
Okay.
Heat it up.
Well, I'm gonna say that it's gonna be. I don't know, I don't know how many players it's always between, but I'm gonna say Tony Pollard and Gabe Davis are gonna be up for a comeback player of the year.
Wow.
What does it take to be? I don't know what it takes to be.
You have to
comeback
suck,
player, but you think
and then be good.
You think they're gonna have fantastic. Both of them are gonna have fantastic years. That's your hot take.
Yeah.
Okay.
They would have
That's
to
good. That's a
break
good
a
hot take.
record.
James
What?
Conner. James Conner. I don't know. I don't know anything actually that's gonna happen with James Conner. I don't have any hot takes with James Conner. I thought I might, but nothing came to me.
James Conner loses his starting position by week 5.
No.
Okay.
I could see. No, I think. Yeah, I don't know. Whatever. Well,
James Conner makes
Tony
me Pollard
confused.
He makes you nervous.
Yeah, he makes me nervous. But I'm gonna keep him. I'm gonna keep him on the bench, and then by week 3, I'll have to start him every week. That's what happens every time.
Gosh.
But it was worth it. He
is
was
the
a good
worst.
start. He was good last year.
He was. But you don't know for sure until
Yeah.
you have to be like, okay, fine.
Yeah, fair enough.
Do you guys have a player like that where you're like, I'm gonna put him on my bench, and we'll see what happens, and then you're like, oh,
Josh?
Oh wait, yeah, that is your team.
That was like my entire roster until I basically I got rid of 2 of those players when I traded for CeeDee Lamb.
That's right, yeah.
Thanks.
Drake London was a heartache for me last year, and Anthony Richardson until he got hurt was the same way. I was playing QB roulette every week, and I would always choose wrong. So that was part of the positives of trading players away, is it made my roster more solidified. But yes, I know your pain.
My favorite was sitting next to you when DK Metcalf had the game of his life.
Oh my yes, DK Metcalf was on my bench when he had his career high in fantasy
It's
points.
40 points or something.
I forgot about
insane.
that. Thank you.
It was amazing.
Salt on the wound.
Yeah. I don't have chance. I'm a terrible manager, clearly.
You win some, you lose some. You've lost most of them, Logan.
Yeah,
but
I mostly lose them though.
Josh, I think
Hey,
your team's gonna go out with
I'm
this
pretty sure
year.
I have the 3rd highest winning record in our league. So
Again, guys, it's all about championships. I don't know if we've stressed that before, but
I've got to rest my
Championships.
laurels somewhere.
on the fraudulent championship you bragged about last time,
It was a real championship. Just because a bunch of losers.
that was the feedback on episode 1 was Logan's
just because a bunch
championship
of
doesn't
losers
count.
don't want to acknowledge it doesn't mean it's not real.
Speaking of, we will drop a poll on the podcast and Spotify, so make sure to check that out. Last week it was all about Logan's trade. Which one was the best? Can one of you guys look that up on your phone?
I can
Who?
look it up.
Oh, that
I
poll
think
was
there was
on
only
the
2
podcast?
votes. Yeah.
Yeah, it was on Spotify.
Oh wow, I didn't notice that.
So we did post this to Apple as well, and then also YouTube. So wherever you guys need to listen to it, we'll get it up there.
Wait, so okay. I have it's 50%. I don't know how many people voted, but there's a tie for 2 answers.
Wait, it's on Spotify.
Do you want to vote on it, Logan?
Well, I'll vote
I
on
think
it.
I did vote on it.
I haven't voted.
Oh,
Wait,
are you gonna vote? There's 2 votes. There's 2 votes on it. right
Commissioner,
now.
we have a problem.
Probably me and Justin.
Wait,
if I had to guess.
Where's the poll? Oh, which trade was Logan's best? The one with Josh Allen, the one with JJ Curry, the one with Isaiah Pacheco.
Oh, I know what you're gonna vote.
Best as in
Best for the most highly rated trade.
The one that put him ahead the most.
Let's say the CD one.
Oh,
Really?
Yeah, that's a good
I don't
trade.
think so.
4 firsts for Josh Allen. Just kills me.
Oh, that was crazy.
It was basically 3 firsts for CD. Probably 3 firsts
I don't
plus.
know why you do it like that.
Makes me feel worse.
Okay.
We did it.
That's all we really have. Josh, is there anything you'd like to say to the league while you have all their attention, all 8 of them?
Whoa.
Yeah. Any parting words?
Whoa.
Putting you on the spot.
In a few months, I'm going to have 3 more picks. So,
Wow.
Whoever wants my first 2027, let's make a deal.
Hey Josh, you know
Oh, those
I'm
3
always
picks.
I'm always in line to get your 2-year out first round picks.
Unfortunately, those don't kick in till after the draft.
That's great. That's great. That's fine. I will be doing something with it though, and it won't be in 2027.
Do you want a first round? I could give you Cooper Kupp for a 2027 first.
That sounds like a terrible idea.
No, Cooper Kupp will be like 35. He'll be great.
I think he sold his house. I saw that last year. I found it on Zillow. Anyway, his house was for sale.
Before we log off, I want to pull up just the league history so I can pull up. Josh is 70% win percentage across all 3 years. His all-time standings.
Impressive.
Is that the
He
most?
is 29-12. He has 4 more wins than the next highest person, which is
Wow.
Christian. So, and he's
Just
done
need to
that with
finish.
he has 4 more wins and about half the transactions as the second place. So, Josh has done some pretty impressive things in his 3 years.
Drafted well, made impactful trades, big ones,
Yeah.
but impactful.
Yeah. But
No
unfortunately,
wins.
no championships.
Yeah. Okay.
Yeah.
Here's the thing. Here, I will say this real quick. Sorry. Something I want to say is, let's just imagine something I've thought about is, if I had won, if I had beaten Blake in the championship in 2022 or whatever that was, it makes me. I wonder what would have happened. I just feel like that would have.
I'd look at you differently.
No. I'm saying in terms of
Your
like
kids would look at you differently.
No.
Your wife would look
No,
at you differently.
No, what I'm saying is, I wonder if I wonder if more people would have gone all in the next year. Like, I wonder if we would have seen more people.
I would say people did go all in.
No, but I'm saying more people, like, just, I don't know. Well, Harlan doesn't like count because he was like, I'm gonna quit, so I'm just gonna get rid of all my stuff.
You mean
I
all in with
I don't think
Josh
I don't think he was
Allen?
planning on quitting when he traded.
I think he was.
I think he made a bad trade, and then it kind of forced him into a hole where he's like, "Well,
I don't know.
I think I'm done."
This might be like too, like, I don't know, personal of like a thought process. But I don't know. I just feel like it was almost it was almost a good thing or something.
It kept you humble. You didn't want to get too much. You didn't want what happened to Johnny Manziel. You were afraid of that for
No,
you.
that's not what I'm saying. I can't explain it.
I know what you're saying. It's
Like,
the same idea.
Like, I think
about
our
Josh Rich.
like our value of picks. Exactly. Yeah. Like, if Josh ends up winning, like, 3 championships in a row or something,
Josh isn't gonna win 3 championships.
we're gonna be like, oh wow, tanking was like the way to do. I don't know, whatever. He's just like, he's building a roadmap or whatever. So it's like, if I would have won the championship, I feel like we may have seen, people like,
I think, Josh, you didn't like. The reasons I made some of the trades I did is because I saw the instant success you got, like what you did. So I think, and like now, obviously, we're getting more into it. I'm looking into a lot more like Dynasty content to learn, and like some of the stuff you're doing, I may not always agree with the value, but like I think some of the stuff you're doing is good stuff. And I took some plays from your playbook, so you may still be a loser, but you made some positive impacts that I took some takeaways from.
Well, yeah, and I'm not
Weren't
necessarily.
you just talking up his win record there, Logan?
Yeah, but we mentioned that there's no championship, so he's a loser like me.
This is all I see you guys as. 0 championships.
Oh, okay. I didn't know what that meant. Thank you.
Just wanted to make that clear that I'm the only championship in this episode.
Congrats.
But there'll be time for more. A lifetime.
Yeah.
Right?
Congrats, Justin.
I gotta
Congrats,
win.
Blake. Congrats, Christian.
You'll get yours, Josh. I believe.
We'll see.
Eventually. I have more faith in Josh's team than I do Logan's, just to say.
Really?
In Josh's team?
I
His team?
have more faith in Logan's.
You have more
Logan,
faith in
you always
his
come
team?
up short, man. You're a perpetual second place kind of guy.
That is, yeah. Unfortunately, that
gosh.
is true. So it's less my team and more so me that you don't have faith in.
You mean we can swap teams?
Like if Josh had my team and I had Josh's team, you'd probably have more faith in Josh. Easily.
Yeah.
Yeah, so it's I'm the problem, not my team.
Man,
Well.
this is getting sad now.
You said it. You said it.
I just want to make sure we're being frank here.
Yeah. Well, Josh, thanks for coming on the podcast. It's a pleasure to have you. Fun to hear about kind of some of the brief history of your team and the moves you made. And like Logan said, I think we all have learned something from each other. And you certainly showed us how to go all in, even though it didn't pan out. Your team's great. Highest winning percentage in the league. Some pretty amazing trades. I mean, getting the Cheetah, getting Patrick Mahomes from your draft. I know that wasn't a trade, but like some good moves. Jaden Reed, I think I'm most impressed with the Jaden Reed trade just because I was like, who is this guy? And then he ends up being like a top 24 receiver with pretty high ceiling. So kudos.
Thanks, dude.
Well done, Josh.
Hey, wait, who's next? Is it a secret?
We don't have anyone on the docket. We've got some people that are interested, but we got to
Okay.
see who's interested, and then we're not at the stage where it's scheduled yet, unless Justin already knows. But
What about
I
a
don't know.
celebrity
People in
guest?
sites. I've heard that the wives might want to make an appearance, so we might have to do a
need
ladies
more
podcast.
we gotta have more podcasts before the ladies come on.
Yeah, certainly. We gotta warm people up before that.
Yeah, gotta get to at least 20 listeners.
Yes,
Wait, so when's this going up?
this weekend.
Wow, fun. All right.
Yeah,
Quick
cool.
turnaround at Timco Productions.
that's right.
Hey, so how does this end?
Okay.
We end it. We say
Does Justin
hey.
clap?
You say, thanks for watching the show. Don't forget to hit that like button and subscribe. Hit the bell if you want to get notifications. We'll see y'all later.
Yeah, make sure to get that poll question down in the show notes. I'll add timestamps. Something like that.
That's how we end it. Boom, done.